Okay, I'm just making sure with the voice in my head that we're all live. Hello everyone, it's been a while. Well, not if you're a loyal follower and has been watching my D&D escapades, but other than that, it's been a while since I've played this game. I mean, admittedly, I played it on my own for a bit. You know, just to kill time on my own, but as you can see, that's a different character entirely. Let's get back to our dwarf, shall we? I probably should have loaded the game before starting the stream, but you know what, I got frustrated with trying to set it up, so I thought, sod it. I've wasted about 3 minutes. You know, I'm gonna waste even more by reading codex entries. Exactly, it's reading with court time. I'm assuming ours is in. Hello, ours. Let me press the right button once. Let's let me go find a relevant codex to read you, because I'm not going to read every single one, because it'll take forever by the time I finish reading it. I'll have to end the stream. The Black City, I'd say, is somewhat relevant, so I'll read this one. The Black City, not what you think it is. In the real world, it's called Detroit. Anyway, that's my... We already know it's not what it used to be, so that's one thing. No traveler to the... Again. No traveler to the Fade can fail to spot the Black City. It is one of the few constants of the ever-changing place. No matter where one might be, the city is visible. Always far off, it seems. But the only rule of geography in the Fade is that all points are equidistant from the Black City. It's using words I don't understand! The chant teaches that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, and there he made his sandwiches. From whence he ruled the Fade, left empty when men turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even the most powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful Magister Lords from the interim period devised a means of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black, which was perhaps the least of their worries. Yeah, so people decided to fuck it up, and the Breville sandwich maker became dirty. History of the Circle. This isn't important to this game, but it will be becoming important in the sequel, so we'll read it. It's the truth universally acknowledged that nothing is more successful at inspiring a person to mischief as being told not to do something. I mean, true. Unfortunately, the chantry of the Divine Age had some trouble with obvious truths. It was obviously fucked up. Although it did not outlaw magic, quite the contrary, as the chantry relied upon magic to kindle the eternal flame which burns in every brazier in every chantry. It relegated mages to lighting candles, not lightning candles. That would actually be cool. We relegate you to lightning candles. That's not a punishment, no. And lamps. Perhaps occasional dusting of rafters and caves. I will give my readers a moment to contemplate how well such a role satisfied the mages of the time. We can make sandwiches without touching the bread. It surprised absolutely no one when the mages of Val Royale, in protest, snuffed the sacred flames of the cathedral and barricaded themselves inside the quiet loft. No one that is but divine Ambrosia II, the most holy of fruits, who was outraged and attempted to order an exalted march upon her own cathedral. Even her most devout Templars discouraged the idea. For 21 days the fires remained unlit while negotiations were conducted. Legend tells us by shouting back and forth from the loft. Just like a real teenager parent argument. The mages went cheerily into what? Every teenager and parent shouts angrily from the loft. The mages went cheerily into exile in a remote fortress outside the capital, where it would be kept under the watchful eye of the Templars and the council of their own elder magi. Outside of the normal society, and outside of the chantry, the mages would form their own closed society, separated for the first time in human history. They became the Jedi Council. That's not really important. It's more important for a subsequent playthrough plan, but not this one. Maleficarum. I'll do this one because it's relevant to some events in this game and the next few games. It has been asked, what are the Maleficarum? How shall we know them? I have been as troubled by this question as you. You have come to me for the wisdom of the Maker, but none have seen the Maker's heart safe, beloved Andraste. And so I have done all as all mortals must. Giving up ham so I can have the cheese, because only Andraste was allowed to touch the holy ham. and looked to the words of his prophet for answers. And there I found respite from a troubled mind. So she has said to us, magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Bacon is only reserved for the elite. Therefore I say to you, they who work magic with which dominates the minds and hearts of others, they have transgressed the Maker's law. They have become NPCs. Any comments on the stream yet? Just double checking. Also, Our Lady said to us, those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker. And so it is made clear to me, as it should be to us all, that magic which fuels itself by harming other, by the letting of blood, is hated by the Maker. He doesn't like ketchup. How dare he? Ketchup is glorious. Those mages who honor the Maker and keep his laws we welcome as our brothers and sisters. Those who reject the laws of the Maker and the words of his prophet are apostate. They shall be cast out and given no place among us. Of course it was written by the church. Let's try and find something that's worth talking about. Nothing here. Is this reading session done? Because I don't really care about reading about characters. Ours. Yeah, basically in this game they got people are so weary of what happened in Divinity, they say, oh, anyone who's not controlled by the church is a Maleficarum, which is not true in about 80% of the cases. If you think about it, I won't spoil too much, but in the next game, depending on your class, you yourself are considered a Maleficarum. Or someone close to you is considered a Maleficarum by the church, so... If you think about it, in this game, one of our companions is considered a Maleficarum, so... Even though she clearly isn't. What a Maleficarum actually is like I said in the text, an actual blood mage who was devolved into blood magic. But some people... Anyway, it's gift giving time. I've just realised I've been playing the game on mute by accident. There was no audio, and I've only just realised that. Is the audio from the game coming in now? I've only just realised that I had the TV on mute, and that's why there's no sound from the game, so I'm like, oh, sugar bagoo, I need to do that. I had the TV on mute. That was the reason. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and insta-boost some people.
Marvelous.
At this point, there's one particular character I won't insta-boost because it'll break the character, so I won't do that.
Most kind.
And with that, you're done. Is there anything I want to give anyone else?
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much.
That'll do for you. I don't want to break your quest by giving you that, because if I give her that, it will break her. So when it comes to that character, try and hold off on the big boost, giving present as much as you can. The important gifts I have, I'm going to hold off on you as well, because you're very, very, very good. So I'll just give you that.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own.
I just did
You
it
have
around.
my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
I was mining for gifts. I'm a dwarf. Mining's my thing. You're welcome.
I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Look, I've always been considered a miner. I will... Yep. It's fine. Anyway, your pronunciation was fine. I'm not going to talk to you because you're going to be focused on your quest that I'm going to be doing for you. Let's talk to Alistair.
What do you need?
I need to ask you something.
Ask away.
All Eamon raised you?
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
It would also explain the breath.
And my table manners, too. Though, come to think of it, they weren't all that different from the other Templars. Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on the cold, hard ground, isn't it? Are you having strange dreams?
Only ones where the world is threatened by a darkspawn.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Our Lehman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Why did he send you off to the Chantry?
Our Lehman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
You were probably luckier than most orphans in that case.
I suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Arl's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay, out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Just before I continue this conversation, I've already marked out my strategy for the companions. I'm gonna boost the majority of them instantly, so I can just get most of those quests done as soon as possible. The 3 that I won't boost and just let develop naturally until the point where I kind of have to boost them will be Alistair, Morrigan, and Leliana. Because I think those are the 3 that I think those are the 3 with the most interesting stories, and the ones that will develop naturally as the story goes on. The rest of them are almost so forgettable. You can just get it all done quickly and just move on. And you think the Owl will help us?
I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Loghain has come to the same conclusion as we have. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story. What do you need? Ask away.
I'm only going to do one more conversation with us. I'm going to do like 2 conversations with each companion max. So they'll kind of want to get to the meat and drink of the story. So, why have you made a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
And what's the real reason?
You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I really want to know, yes.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate
another
going
voice
to the
in my head has
monastery.
joined us.
The
Welcome.
initiates from poor families
Second voice
thought I
in my
put on
head.
airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like
Yeah.
Al Eamon had cast me off unwanted,
don't mute yourself,
and I was determined to be
Piers,
bitter.
don't worry about muting yourself.
But I
You're more
took
than
some
welcome
solace
to
in the
join
training
us
itself, I guess.
and talk.
I was actually quite good at it.
Basically, I've got someone. Yeah. I've got people in the stream, and I'm talking to them as well. But for the people in the stream, you won't be audible. It's only me that's audible. That's kind of the running joke. I've got the people in the chat here of voices in my head who dictate what I do. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Mike, that's easy. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Max is the dumbstruck angel who's going, be whatever you want to be. And Riss is the devil going, you can drink that child's blood. You're allowed to. It tastes like Ribena.
The education, mostly.
I'm playing your
But
favourite
also the
game, Riss,
discipline.
couldn't you tell?
You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar
Riss, I
abilities
can't
might be
share it on
useful for
Discord
when we
because
encountered
Xbox
Darkspawn
United,
magic,
but
so I kept it up. What about you?
if you want to look onto my
Do you
Twitch,
have
can see it
anywhere
there,
you
like
consider
Max is
home?
doing. If you want to restream, it's also if you go on. I don't mind either way. If Max really wants to restream it, I don't mind, but let Chris decide.
But it's not your home anymore, right?
It's
You can never go back for good.
The other voice in my head will also be in the
think I
chat for
understand
to
how you
interact
feel.
with viewers. So
We won't
you're gonna
always
get more
be
friends.
traveling like
Yay!
this, you know. Once the war is over, once the blight is,
And unlike the
Well,
other one, this voice in my head actually knows the
time
game better
will
than I
come
do, so you can have
when
a
we'll
chat
have
with
to
talk
think
with
about
me
having
about
a
it.
real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose
You
the
know
Grey
of
Wardens
it.
are gone for good. Either way.
Also, a brief introduction for you is ours is a mutual friend of mine and also a friend of Tyron's. Tyron introduced us not that long ago. We actually get on pretty well. We used to play Old Republic together, but I've taken a break from that game. And no more needs to be said unless we need to say it. They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel
I
the
am
same.
so in Discord
Anyhow,
with my
now I've
Discorded
sidetracked us.
voice cord.
We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Do you want fries with that? Would you like some fries with that? A little bit of trivia for you, Oz. Here's the other voice in my head here is the DM for my Star Wars campaign, which I'll be streaming tomorrow. So if you're interested in catching that, you're more than welcome to join us for that as well. Interesting in tears. As just a reminder, Miz, Oz can't hear you on the mic, so you can type that if you want to say that. If you want to say anything to Oz, you're gonna have to type it in the chat. Otherwise, if you're talking to me, just feel free to talk.
Yes?
Liliana, I'd like to talk to you.
Well, here I am.
Where'd you get that six-pack? Oh. I might have to give Liliana a couple more gifts to unlock her dialogue.
Why, thank you so much. Yes? Well, here I am.
Actually, we probably... Remind me, Max, did I show off the minstrel's tale she had last time?
Of course I do.
I
love
I'll probably
stories
click the
far
option
too
of
much
and
to
see
keep
if
them
I've
to
read
myself.
them.
Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
I haven't done them yet, so we've had story time with Cord, which Miss missed. Now it's time for story time with Liliana.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world
I
we
swear
know.
I'll get to
In their
Redcliffe
pride,
soon, but we need to
they
have some
thought their
story time
magics
first.
invincible and imagined that they were greater
get the
than the Maker
marshmallows out.
himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose
Exactly,
their
it's
own
the game.
creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris. Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Olay.
Nice. Same with mine. Go ahead, Liliana. Tell us about medieval France.
A long time ago, a girl child
Tell
was
us more
born
about
to a
medieval
farmer.
France.
He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the
Exactly.
poor mewling thing and
It
raised her
looks
as
just
their
like
own.
the real France.
Evelyn, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield a sword
Just like
as well
real
as
French
any
English
man,
relations, we
could
kind
kill a
of
deer with
tolerate
an
each
arrow
other,
at 100
borderline
paces,
hate each
and
other.
was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Because in my opinion, Ferelden's England and all that is France. It just fits. Tell me what ours thinks, because I think that's my comparison at least. Continue, please.
Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show
I
the cruel
mean,
humans
depending on where
the
you go in
child they had
England,
left to die.
England
They
is a nation of
bestowed
dog
upon her
lovers, so
a
depending where you
fine
go,
horse and
yes,
armor,
England does smell
and
of
sent her
dog.
to prove herself to her people in the Grand Tourney. Now, in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the Grand Tourney. But Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Who doesn't love dogs? That's why that's why I'd be a Ferelden.
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually,
I don't have
she
one
came face to
personally, but
face
I
with the
used- my mum
knight
used to have
Kaleva
one.
in the Grand Melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust,
But then again, I'm more of a
and
general
Kaleva was
animal
determined
lover.
not to lose a
I
second
don't like
time.
snakes.
Out of
In terms
desperation
pets,
to
I
regain
don't
his
like
honor,
snakes or spiders,
Kaleva
but
tripped Aveline
other
and
pets
tossed her
I'm
to the ground,
generally okay.
ripping off her helmet as he did so.
Especially if it's
Silence
a Caro
fell
dog.
upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was
I used to have a
furious, for
goldfish
he had
when I
lost
was
to a
little,
woman
so
and was
yeah,
now
I think the
being
most
shamed.
I used to have a
Blinded
hamster,
by
and I
his
used to have a
rage,
goldfish,
he
and that's the most
forced
exuberant
Aveline
I've
to
ever
her
been.
knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
It's
The son of the
terrible.
king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill
I had
and
a friend who had
bravery
a rabbit,
and
yeah.
began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, He rewrote the laws of Olay so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Oh god, your rabbit was a Sith Lord. Do you know of any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a
We're
long
talking
time
about
ago.
ancient England
It
now.
always
Yay!
tore me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
I just love how we were talking about fluffy cats and dogs. In the background, Liliana was talking about how a woman was decapitated. This goes hand in hand. Yes, I've heard of Flemeth. Morrigan's mum is Flemeth.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend?
She's a crazy bitch,
Flemeth,
but yes.
the devourer of men. Flemeth, mother of witches. Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists.
Well, then again, being crazy is kind of the more sane side of this setting. So yeah.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
That's why I'm telling him. That's why I've been telling Max about the characters, but not telling him about the stuff leading up to big decisions, sort of thing.
Flemeth's beauty
So if you want to
was
talk about a
known
character,
throughout
go
the
for it.
land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful
Check
and
your IQ
perilous
score.
as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife.
Cordon Riss is the most
Conobar
dangerous miss
soon
of them
learned
all.
that
You
his
know.
young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young
Time
poet
to
named
panic is his
Osen
most
came to the
devious.
castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love. Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasen tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth
I'm probably
slaughtered
going to
Conobar
try.
and all
I'm
his
probably going
men.
to spend the
The last
entirety
of
of the next
Flemeth's
month
humanity
campaign trying to
melted
remind
away,
me that I'm
and at dawn,
DM.
she stole back to
I'm
the
a
wilds to
Deerford,
plot
not a
and
forest,
scheme
not a
for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chasing men, and with their
Yeah.
help, begat her
a
daughter
forest one.
witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari
So yeah,
wilds.
your relationship with my character is going to be interesting. You might have to die. There's another story I want to hear about.
Which one?
We're not done with stories yet. Tell me about the Dalish elves.
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom
I like
from
the
the
Danish
Tevinter Imperium.
Spoiler
When
alert,
Andraste
Dragon Age
began
is the
her
only
exalted
setting
march
in the
against
entirety
the
of-
Imperium, the elves joined
basically-
her cause to fight
basically,
their
yeah.
masters. The great elven leader, Shaltan, born in captivity,
Just so happens we were talking about
rose
wood
up to
elves, so
lead
who
his
ran him.
people
He's
to
making a wood
fulfill a
elf.
future where the elves were free. Shartan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves
Welcome
continued to
ours to
fight,
the disjointed
eventually
activity
breaking
of
free
my
of the Imperium.
normal
The
group
elves
chats.
claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
You'll only hear my end, but I'm sorry I'm talking over these stories, but it's an interesting conversation we're having. It didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries.
The conversation
They
and
resurrected the worship
and
of the
piece
elven gods
elves.
and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says
Trust
the
me,
elves
you'll
struck
get on well
first,
in this group.
but I do
We're
not
kind
know
of
whether
similar
to
to your
believe
own.
it. The chantry declared a holy exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
What do you know about Andraste, Bride of the Breville Sandwich Maker?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The
Well,
Maker had
Riz,
long
I've been
since
making
abandoned the world
I've
when
been
the
making
sound
a
of
running
her
gag in this
singing
game.
turned his
The
ear.
Baker's
Beauty,
not a god.
grace, and wisdom
It's just a toasted
enraptured
sandwich
him,
maker, but it's
and he
really good
offered
at
to
making
take her
toasted
from
cheese
this
sandwiches.
flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an
But
earthly
the characters
husband
don't know
and
that,
would
and they
not
think it's a
forsake him.
holy entity.
Instead, she beseeched the
And they don't know
Maker to
how they
return
get
to
their
his
cheese
people
sandwiches so
once more.
toasty and warm.
So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter
Yeah.
Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
How did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Mafarath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as
What a
his
name
wife's
that is.
popularity and
I bet you
influence
they were
overshadowed
drinking. I
his
bet they
own.
were heavily
She was
drunk when they
also
came up with that
revered
name.
as the Maker's betrothed,
What's this
and
character's lore
Mafarath began
backstory
to see their
character's
own
name?
bond wane in
Mafarath.
significance as
That'll
Andraste
do.
became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Mafarath made a pact with the Archon Hysarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burnt at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
How dare they burn steak?
The Tevinter Chantry claims that in Andraste's last
Yeah.
moments,
Nobody
Hysarian's heart
expected the Spanish
softened,
Inquisition
and he
to
heard the
separate
voice
what
of
did.
the Maker telling him to end her suffering. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed over his hands, he became one of the faithful. Dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
Anyway, that's the end of story time. Hey, can we talk to you again?
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
We actually have a new conversation with Liliana. I'm surprised.
It's very nice, and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Orlais. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. One year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels.
What a shitty existence.
Yes, I don't envy them. She never washed her hair. But I was trying to
Oh,
say
God.
something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me.
And she had white
My
hair
mind
before her
wanders
time,
so.
I take it.
It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you. Like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
Well, I actually do like the way you ramble.
You see? This is what I mean. You're such a pleasure to talk to. I haven't felt this close to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
You're a trusted friend.
Thank you. I am honored that you feel that way.
Right, should we talk Speaking of rambling...
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Speaking of rambling, let's talk to the old granny. Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're more of a summer tortoise. You are very sprightly for your age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do.
Ah, Win.
And I
A
have to
human
keep going in
representation
order
of
to do it.
Mrs. Rabbit.
I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure it'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't. Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
No, they were my first ones.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped.
The first
It
abomination
was
I
the
saw
knowledge
was
that
the,
I could easily
the
become one
reaction
of
to the
them.
2020
It
American
frightened me
election
most.
votes. I know. Seeing the monster you can be is unsettling, yes.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone.
Replaced by
Replaced
crippling
by
back pain.
madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
It is replaced by crippling back pain. You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or
Yeah, just a
if
little
a
bit of
mage
paprika,
could be so
little bit of
possessed and
seasoning.
still retain their sanity,
Steak sauce?
their humanity.
Can't let them be simply because they might get better.
I suppose that old adage remains true. Prevention is better than a cure. So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
I'll do one extra one with you because sod it. I was cast out to die in the deep roads where I met Duncan.
You survived the deep roads and the darkspawn that dwell there? Truly, you were born to be a Grey Warden.
It's the hope of confronting my brother that keeps me going.
Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
Baltimore has forgotten me, but I'll still protect her.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Perhaps she were meant to... Perhaps she was meant to shut up.
I await your command.
So life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very
I'm not
foreign
romantic,
to
Morgan,
me.
don't worry, I can't.
If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Sounds wonderful.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments, the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
Can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
No doubt she was right, though.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They did make you stronger.
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
One more conversation with Morgan.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
How did you become a shapeshifter?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
You've always been doing this for a long time, then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
I wish to know how in the wilds, wild men... Wild.
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows
Have you ever
one
had a
to
wardrobe?
become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form
How
is
many
the only
wardrobe
one I
malfunctions
possess.
did she conveniently have to distract the Templars, I wonder? You spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life
Chewed
is
hay
as
as a
human.
hamster.
I am under no illusions to the contrary.
I like being hamster. What do the other animals think of you when you changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were
Don't
I to
think
ask.
about animal sex. No. Can anyone become...
Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Never heard of this magic before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are
If you press,
traditions of magic outside of the
left
circle of
trigger.
magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
You must go now, your planet needs you. Okay. So we'll see you both in a bit later, and also in 2 minutes. Such traditions need to be preserved.
I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
That's all I wanted to talk about.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
No, you're quite useful.
A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But
I'm a
enough of
lady.
such talk, let us proceed lest the dust gather on us.
I don't have the equipment to be a man. Anyway, I just need to check my inventory for stuff I don't need.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure.
Let me just sell some shit to you.
Why, thank you so much.
For now, that's all I'm doing in terms of companion dialogues. Should we get into the meat and drink of what I'm doing now? I will
Yes.
bring Alistair, I will bring
Yes.
Dan, and I will bring
Yes.
Win. First stop I'll be making is here, the Frostbite Mountains. But first an ambush. And a cutscene.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency.
Recognize him?
They are said to
Voice
be
actor.
gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
An assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
It appears we only fight right.
Let me double check something real quick.
You desire.
Someone leveled up.
Well, all right.
I slightly regret not bringing it around. I think this party for a reason. Let me check something real quick before I level you. Ah, perfect. And what ability should I give you? I'll give you that for now. And I can give you some better armor at last. I'll save that for someone else. It's a really good armor for him. I normally use that. I know that's got really good stats on it, and I probably should be wearing it, but I think that's better. I think that armor's better used to a rogue rather than a warrior. I'll probably give it to both rogues. I might give it to Leliana in a minute, we'll see. Anyway, what the heck is Sten wearing? You wish. Anyway. Quick, Grandma's broke her hip.
I fell.
Help! I fell and I could barely get up! You alright?
For a moment there, I thought it was all over.
rest.
I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Okay, Grandma breaks her hip way too often. Let's get back to what we were doing. The reason I'm going here, I'm not going to do anything much here first. I'm just popping here to advance a quest that I've got. That will take place in the main area of Greenland. Yeah. The actual area here is something I've been planning later on.
We should do something.
Out now. Down the mage. Eat the mage. That wasn't a healer, that was a blaster caster, which is even more dangerous. Blaster casters are even more dangerous than healers in my opinion. So go for the blaster caster as soon as you can pretty much.
All the darkspawn are free.
Priority for me is blaster caster, healer, and then leave the tank for last because the tank can just eat up so much damage.
Step right, make us breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend. You, startled me a bit.
We're looking for a Canary sword.
Can what? I'm sorry, I don't know what that...
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I would give it to him if I were you.
I don't have it, I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here.
It's awfully convenient.
It's true. Maker, please, you have to believe me. If I had it, I'd give it to you. I sold it to a dwarf in Redcliffe, named Dwin.
If you're lying, you do know we'll be back.
I'm not, I promise you.
We'll see.
We'll be back. Anyway, we'll be coming back here later on, because the main plot here is something that'll be very interesting, but not for now. We're on limited time, so we'll go to the perfect limited time main quest area, Redcliffe. But first we've got an ambush.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
This is totally not a trap. I don't smell anything wrong with this. What could possibly be wrong? See? Totally not a trap. Exactly, it's just a friendly picnic.
Really not alone. Time to dance.
tank, 2 heavy melee for the healer. I think we should be fine.
Lovely.
Honestly, I think we should be fine. The only problem is we don't have any ropes and we can't take out any traps, but shouldn't be bad.
As you desire.
Which one is he? Let's wake him up and talk to him.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
I have some questions for you first.
Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
And I'm rather happy of that.
So would I be, in your shoes. For me, however, it sets a rather poor precedent, doesn't it? Getting captured by a target seems a tad detrimental to one's budding assassin career.
Yeah, too bad for you then.
Yes, it's true. Too bad for me.
Who hired you?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
When were you due to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then.
If you failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
How much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Then why are you one?
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
I'll take it under advisement then.
You seem like a bright girl. I'm sure you have other options.
Like staying alive? And why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Are you paid to talk my ear off then?
Consider it something I'm throwing in for free. As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you, if you're of a mind.
Make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the Crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the Crows pause, so let me serve you instead.
And can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
To stop you from trying to kill me later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
And they won't come after you for this?
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it?
And in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I'm yours. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Don't worry about it. We can. Besides, his skills could be useful.
All right. I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
Yeah.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
And at this point, Logain's the one who's got the Logain's the one with the power at the moment, so we've got really no choice but to take any help we get. So basically, as stupid as it may seem, taking the assassin in with us is smarter than killing him outright at this point. Because the more bodies we have against Logain, the better. Plus, since Logain was the one who hired him, he can tell us what mindset Logain's in right now, which could be useful. I mean, as the player, we know what mindset Logain is in, but as the character, we don't. Anyway, Redcliffe.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
What's on your mind?
I told you before how Al-Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Plot twist! So you're not just a bastard, are you? You're a royal bastard!
Ha! Yes, I guess it does it, that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Still should have told me.
You're right, I should have. It's brought me nothing but problems, to be honest. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
So you're the heir to the throne?
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al-Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Look, Alistair, if you saw me as the heir to the throne of Orzammar, you'd be treating me the exact same way I'm treating you. So why should you expect any different?
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
What do you mean?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
I've heard the Jarl is sick.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying. We've no army to defend us. No Jarl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Jarl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Tern Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Your nephew?
I refer to Cailan, of course. Our sister was Queen Rowan, King Merrick's wife and Cailan's mother. Make her rest her soul.
So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What are these evil things you talk about?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh.
The threat of
They hit
HBO.
again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Yeah, we'll help.
There are no Darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
Have you forgot? Doing this will eventually gain us the support of the Jarl of the city. So there is something to gain here.
Perhaps.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes,
Tell
my
Murdoch
lord.
there's a mystery.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
I want to see what your thoughts on the situation are.
Of course.
You have some of the knights here?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
The search for the Sacred Ashes?
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
I probably shouldn't, because on limited time. I think they've only got 2 hours left, right? And I kind of want to get this part of the game done by then.
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, perhaps. Spirits possessing the bodies of the dead. We could be dealing with a mage, but who would do such a thing?
Bob Dylan! I should get to
Very
work.
well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Let us pray. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's
I don't want to
sight.
get involved in
I must
Let's
ask,
Pray.
what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
This is not what I wanted to do, Win! Leave me alone, I'm just trying to loot the church. Not sure.
I just wanted to know what you thought being a Grey Warden was about. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose it makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
Many kings are tyrants.
And the country suffers for it. If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish.
She's just
But if you
the
have
woman in the
power,
background going,
influence,
how dare
and
you have this
strength,
philosophical
your
conversation
every
in the
action
church?
will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond.
Don't you know this is the
drop
place for
causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond.
Don't you know this is the
But I've
place for
lectured enough for
not
today.
being able to
I should
speak
stop
properly?
before I wear out my welcome.
They're gone.
First Ophistopheles.
Gone on a long trip.
Blessed art thou who seeks his return.
Be brave, young
Blessed
man.
is the prophetess, his
Your
daughter,
parents
sacrificed.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jenna?
I am. You've heard of me?
They're both dead. I'm sorry.
I thought that might be the case. Thank you for telling me.
I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to...
It means not to sniff.
Maker's blessings upon you.
Oh, the smell of this cocaine! It's so nostalgic!
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling.
What, the Batman?
Everything will be all right.
I want to go home. Where's
But
Father?
Mommy, when's the
Why
Batman
can't
coming?
we go home?
I want to play Batman!
Father is outside defending the village from the bad.
I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl.
Anyway, like I said, I'm not doing every side quest in this playthrough. Maybe in another playthrough I'll do a few side quests, but this one, especially at this moment in time, I kind of want to get Redcliffe done as quickly as possible. So I'm only
Still no
doing
sign
the
of them
stuff
coming
in
back from the
Redcliffe
castle,
I need.
Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. They want a surprise attack.
First stop is here. I knocked first. You saw it here, folks.
Wonderful.
I knocked first.
Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Is that how you greet a fellow dwarf?
You've a high-born look about you. You were expecting some bowing and scraping, maybe. The name's Dwyn. Pleased to meet you. Now, kindly tell me why you're here.
I'm looking for a Canary sword you brought.
You broke into my house for that?
Surrender the blade before I lose patience, dwarf.
So it's your sword. Farron didn't mention he took it off a live giant.
Why don't you give him his sword before he does something we all will regret?
You know, that sounds like a great idea. Now, why don't you take your sword and leave?
Why are you shut up in here?
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
In that case, you should be helping the people out there.
Why? When did this town ever rush to my rescue?
Will they rush to your rescue? Let's see if they rush to your rescue if I let my Canary friend do what he wants.
So, that's what it comes down to, huh? Fine. I'll go. If you want me out there so badly.
Good man.
Spoken like someone who doesn't know me very well. Go tell Murdoch he won. And I better see you out there in the square when those creatures come.
It cannot be.
Anyway. This is the reason I brought him along. But now...
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are
I'm
you
100%
sure you're a
in
Grey
being
Warden?
alive.
I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
You're welcome.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
Sten likes me. Now, Sten, I will leave this house and then I will kindly ask you to fuck off. Why? Because I need a rogue. It's very important. To have a rogue in the party, so goodbye, Sten. Hello, Leliana.
Indeed.
Can't wear this yet, but I'll give it to you anyway when you get to level. I'm going to pop to the general store.
What's next?
So what I need to do in here.
Stop fidgeting.
Murdoch, there's a mystery.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you?
I didn't think they
Recognise the
made
voice actor?
women Grey Wardens.
And why do you think that?
For more reasons than you care to hear, I bet. Still, there's no reason to think Bantegan's lost his mind. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Recognise this voice actor, Max? Have faith, good man. We will defeat the evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
How's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. It would help if we had decent equipment. There weren't enough swords in Owen's shop, and the men's armor is nearly falling off. We're better off than we were. I don't know that we would ever be really ready for battle, though. I just hope I'm alive tomorrow morning.
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Why does Owen refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
No one else could do these repairs for you?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Is there anything else you need?
We could always use some extra bodies. I see you've convinced Dwin to come out and help. That'll make a huge difference.
Carry on, then.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Well, he should. Go away. Curse you! Leave me in peace! You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
I need to speak to you, Owen.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
I prefer not to speak through the door.
All right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Trouble, 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 trouble.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
I'm a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Funny, you didn't sound like a dwarf through the door. Can't say I expected that. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Why have you locked yourself in the smithy?
My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
So you intend to drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
I intend to try.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
And what about the militia? They still need your help.
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
Very well, you have a deal.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
No one can get to the castle right now.
Eventually. They'll want to seek out the Arl and our lesser. And when they do, you go in and bring my Velena to me.
Very well.
We will do our best. Please believe us, friend.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
At least he didn't make me
then.
pinky promise.
It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me. I don't think there's anything you'll need in there, but it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
Couldn't the militia use it?
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
I love how he crouched down to open the hole. He was still taller than me. Anyway, that's that part done. Just one little tiny thing left to do. Well, I've got another extra tiny thing I'll still do. Just a couple more things to do and we'll be doing battle. Soon enough.
That's mighty kind of you to help us. We thought nobody would come to our aid.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an tea from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Is it better that you're drunk? Or maybe you should help defend the village instead? No? But is it better you're drunk?
I was drunk for the last 2 fights, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If you fought those things, you'd know.
Lloyd is charging us for coin we don't even got anymore. Nobody's working right now. We're all just trying to survive.
Ah, what difference does it make? He won't care.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
Let's just do business.
Right. I've got some supplies, too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
I could definitely sell the stuff I don't need to you right now, real quick.
What can Lloyd get you?
I hear you're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Think of the good you'll earn. Goodwill you earn.
I never thought of that. Maybe I could try it for a bit. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Oh! You're a saint, Lloyd! Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. Something else I can get for you? Name's Lloyd. We don't get many dwarves out here. Occasional trader, maybe. You're a smith? I hear old Owen could use a replacement.
Not all dwarves are smiths, you know.
I suppose. Never thought about it much. Something else I can get for you? Fine. Make them quick.
Should you be helping defend the village at this point?
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar. Just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
If that's what you want to be, then.
Well, yes. I suppose that is what I want.
What do you know about the elf in the corner?
Not much. Says his name's Berwick. Arrived here more than a week back. Waiting for his brother, he says. I've never seen him before, but he paid good for his room. Quiet sort.
Why is it still open?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale. Right then.
Okay, Mr. Mysterious Elf.
Not looking for company.
I hear you're Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
You seem awfully nervous.
No reason. I just didn't know how you knew my name. That's all.
You said you were waiting for your brother?
My what? Oh, yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
You didn't try to leave?
No. Those who tried are dead. And, I have to wait for my brother. Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to... just leave me alone.
What do you mean? What were you told to do?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
Since when did I threaten you? Things will be easy if you just told me what you... If you just told me.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who hired you?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Howe. Arl Rendon Howe. He's an important man, Terran Loghain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
I think you should help defend Redcliffe.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
If he's done wrong, then the best he can do is make up for it by helping defend those who can't defend themselves. I'm giving him a chance at redemption. If he fails, he fails. Plus it's more bodies for the militia. That's why I did it.
Gwyn, is this yours?
You can get the bartender to fight as well, but it involves a lot of... It involves
Here.
intimidating
I was
him,
wondering where it
threatening
got
him,
to.
I don't think
You left it by the fire at camp.
Oh, yes, I remember now.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I am unfamiliar with the dressing of dwarf of your station. I do not wish to be rude.
Call me Grey Warden, for that's what I am.
Grey Warden it is then, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
You are not a great voice actor, I'm afraid. Have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
You don't set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
Is there anything else I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
I'll see what I can do.
That gladdens my heart to hear it. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Right, back to the church. I wouldn't say that. It depends when you live in Redcliffe.
We should have left when we had the chance.
Yes.
You are of dwarven blood and a stranger amongst us, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
I cannot stand by my monsters attack the helpless.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a woman of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
It's a perfect wants holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if they think it helps them.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, Let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can. And I suggest you do the same.
Yeah, whatever, it does seem like trickery, but at the same time, Alice is right. Morale is everything to soldiers.
Sorry. Am I bothering you?
Fuck it, I'll do this
try
side
to be
quest.
more quiet.
It's a quick one. Why are you crying, and why is your name not Elena?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
I'll look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
I'm only doing this side quest because it's quick. I can do this, take the holy symbols to the knight, go back to the church, reunite the brother with sister, make sure the little boy's safe, and then I can start the battle. I just need to remember what house it is because I don't really often do side quests in this game. That's Twin. Ah, it's this one. Is someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home.
Young man, come out this instant.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Grandma.
All right. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the Chantry if you really want.
Your sister is looking for you.
I just didn't want to be at the Chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave.
And how do you address it doing that?
I wasn't always in here. I hid when I heard you coming. Well, I shouldn't tell you. It's a secret.
I could help you, you know.
You could. All right, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
You are very brave.
Thank you, miss. But the sword is too heavy for me. I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
You'll grow up eventually. Don't worry about it.
That doesn't help us now. Caitlin says everyone's going to die tonight.
Not if I'm here to help.
Really? You must be very brave. I wish I was like you.
Where's the sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
Perhaps I could help you and your sister in return.
You could? Maybe you could give my sister money? She said if we had money, we'd be all right, even if Mother is dead. Oh, all right. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Yes, you should, Skipper. Yes, you should.
All over now.
It's actually better than what Alice has got already, so I'll give him that. Yeah. Anyway. First, sod it, I'll go to the church first to finish this quest off, and I'll turn it into quest for the night.
Revan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you. The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Yep, he did. Here's your cheese toasty. Stay warm. Here's your cheese toasty to survive the night. Go sit down in the corner. Anyway, just 2 more things to do, and then we should be doing the final battle, and we can get on with this.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Can you learn how to voice act?
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Mother Hannah has some holy symbols. Would that help?
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
You think they would actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Anything else?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. As you wish, Grey Warden. Maker watch over you.
Learn to voice act. Oh yeah, Liliana doesn't like it that we're giving things to people. But to be fair, in our defence, morale is everything to these people, and I agree with Alistair on this. If it means, if I have to fake something to give morale to the men, I will do it.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favour my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
We're not only ready, Murdoch, we're going to win.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
I'm ready to make my stand.
Are you sure? There's still time left if you need to talk with Sir Perth or do anything else.
I've pretty much done everything you can. Everything that's possible, so let's do it.
Then good luck to you. You'll need it.
People can die in this fight, and important people can die in this fight. So if you make sure you do everything you can and do things properly, there's a good chance of getting some people to survive. That is why I do everything.
They're coming! Get to your positions!
Watch out, it's The Walking Dead Season 9. It's the revenge of Telltale.
It's time, men. Know that we fight for the Maker.
You might like it to be on fire.
Dawn arrives, my friends, and all of us remain. We are victorious.
No, it must be enough done.
And it
so
is these
well
good
for
folk
everyone
you see
alive.
beside me that we have to thank for our lives today.
I made sure everyone
Without
survived
their
this.
heroism, surely we would all have perished. I bow to you, dear lady. The Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour. Allow me to offer you this, the helm of Sir Ferris the Red, my great-uncle and hero of Ferelden. He would approve passing it to one so worthy.
I am honored.
Take it then, and use it in good health.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe. Now they
No
walk
one.
with he who is their maker.
Rest in peace, no one, because everyone's
Long may
alive.
they know the peace of his
And if
love.
you're dead, you're not a named NPC, so we don't care. May their ancestors give them welcome.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
And maybe you'll see my head. Put everything into strength for now. Let's do some more of that. And then I can use this. While not a battle axe, it's still far better than my battle axe, so might as well use it. I'll switch you back to that because I plan to give that back to the people who own it. Just gonna make a quick stop in the chantry, give the sword back to the family. Oh, Granny! I didn't realise you leveled up. You're so old, I barely noticed you. Let's give you flame blast.
You saved us. I can't believe we're alive. And it's finally over.
What are you going to do now?
With Mother and Father both gone, I suppose they'll send us to an orphanage, maybe separated. At least we're both alive. I won't forget what you did, though. Neither of us will. Thank you. Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it didn't go to waste at least.
The battle is over, I should return it to you.
I can't take it back. If you need it, keep it. Grandfather would want it in the hands of a hero.
Perhaps I can pay you for something for it.
I have no idea what it's worth, to be honest. And you found Bevan. I couldn't ask you for money. That's incredibly kind of you. This is more than I ever dreamed of. With this, I can hire a wagon to take us to Denerim. We have family there, and they'll take us in for sure now. Come on, Bevan, let's find one now. Make her watch over you. I'll never forget you.
Let's make sure they live happy and healthy. They deserve that much. If I can't give them their sword back, then I may as well give them money for it so they can actually go somewhere safer. Yeah, my sword's clipping through the ground and cutting my feet off every time I step, but I don't care. It's a Dragon Age game. Who needs feet?
Odd how quiet the castle looks from here. You would think there was nobody inside at all. But I shouldn't delay things further. I had a plan. To enter the castle after the village was secure.
Twice as big
There
as
is
I
a secret passage here, in the mill, accessible only to my family.
Why didn't you mention this before?
I knew you would choose to enter the castle instead of staying in the village. And we needed warriors. I'm sorry if I... Maker's breath.
Oh god, it's an insufferable
Tigan.
French woman.
Thank the Maker, you yet live.
Isolde, you're alive. How did you... What has happened?
I do not have much time to explain. I slipped away from the castle as soon as I saw the battle was over, and I must return quickly. And I need you to return with me, Tigan. Alone.
We need more of an explanation than that.
What? Who is this woman, Tigan?
You remember me, Lady Isolde, don't you?
Alistair. Of all the... Why are you here?
They are Grey Wardens, Isolde. I owe them my life.
Pardon me, I would exchange pleasantries, but... Considering the circumstances...
Please, Lady Isolde, we had no idea anyone was even alive within the castle. We must have some answers.
I know you need more of an explanation, but I don't know what is safe to tell. Tigan, there is a terrible evil within the castle. The dead waken and haunt the living.
I must
the
be
maid
plot
responsible was
contrite
caught,
to be
but
plot
still it
contrite.
continues. And I think Connor is going mad. We have survived, but he won't flee the castle. He has seen so much death. You must help him, Tigan. You are his uncle. You could reason with him. I do not know what else to do.
Could you sound less like a porn actress? I'm not very good at voice acting, but when you get me naked, I'm fine. What about Al Eben?
He is. He's being kept alive so far, thank the Maker.
Kept alive? Kept alive by what?
Something the mage unleashed. So far it allows Eamon, Connor, and myself to live. The others were not so fortunate. It killed so many, and turned their bodies into walking nightmares. Once it was done with the castle, it struck the village. It wants us to live, but I do not know why. It allowed me to come for you, Tigan, because I begged, because I said Connor needed help.
You think this could be some sort of demon?
I do not know. Oh, Maker's mercy.
She's French. She was already suspicious
Could
to
it
begin
truly
with.
be a demon? I can't let it hurt my Connor. You must come back with me, Tigan. Please.
Tell me about this mage.
He is an infiltrator, I think. One of the castle staff. We discovered he was poisoning my husband. That is why Eamon fell ill.
Eamon was poisoned?
He claims an agent of Terran Logain's hired him. He may be lying, however. I cannot say.
Why do I get the feeling you're not telling us everything?
I beg your pardon? That's a rather impertinent accusation.
What if it's true?
An evil I cannot fathom holds my son and the husband hostage. I came for help. What more do you want from me? Tigan, I do not have much time. What if it thinks I'm betraying it? It could kill Connor. Please come back with me.
The Kill Connor fan club.
Must I beg?
Why does Tegan have to go alone?
For Connor's sake. I promised I would return quickly and only with Tigan. Tigan,
I know you could order your men to follow me when I return to the castle. I beg you not to. For Connor's sake.
I must keep whining. It is red and it goes with fish.
The king is dead, and we need my brother now more than ever. I will return to the castle with you, Isolde.
Thank the Maker.
She even turned her nose up. She really is French.
Bless you.
She turned her nose up. She turned her nose up at us all. But she really is French. It seems you have little choice.
I have no illusions of dealing with this evil alone. You, on the other hand, have proven quite formidable. Isolde, can you excuse us for a moment? We must confer in private before I return to the castle with you.
Please do not take too long. I will be by the bridge.
It's because we can't trust you, even though we can trust each other.
Here's what I propose.
Like I said,
I go in with Isolde, and you enter the castle using the secret passage. My signet ring unlocks the door. Perhaps I will distract whatever evil is inside and increase your chances of getting in unnoticed. What do you say?
This is for ours mainly, but I don't know if you agree with me, but I kind of wish Van Tegan was actually in more of the in the games a bit more frequently than he is. Van Tegan is literally one of my is what I think is my favorite. Is my favourite example of an underrated Dragon Age character. I know. You'll probably see what I mean soon enough. What exactly am I supposed to do there?
I wish I knew. I don't know any more about this evil force than Isolde seems to. Sir Perth and his men can watch for danger at the castle entrance. If you can open the gates from within, they can move in and help you. I don't think there's anyone else who can help you. If you choose not to go, then it's up to me to do what I can. Here is my signet ring. It will open the lock on the door in the mill. Whatever you do, Eamon is the priority here. If you have to, just get him out of there. Isolde, me, and anyone else, we are expendable.
I understand. I'll do my best.
You're a good woman. The Maker smiled on me indeed when he sent you to Redcliffe.
So we are just going to send him with that woman? It seems so dangerous.
But I can delay no longer. Allow me to bid you farewell. And good luck.
But as I already look, Leliana, as I already mentioned, what other choice do we have? If there was a better option, if there was another option other than this, I would seriously consider it. I don't trust Isolde as far as I can throw her. Even when I'm playing a goody two-shoes. Besides, anyone who's speaking in a French accent is either trying to seduce me or is about to betray me. That's what I've come to expect.
I locked myself in a cage.
Get out.
Get away from me!
Lovely, and so I
Hello? Who's there? Is there anyone alive out there? Wait, you don't look like the Arlessa's guards. Are you from outside the castle?
Possibly, and who are you?
My name is Jowan. I'm a mage Lady Isolde hired to tutor her son Connor. Until they, threw me into the dungeon here.
You're the one who poisoned the Jarl, aren't you?
I'm not proud of it. The Arlessa had no idea what I was hired to do when she took me in to tutor Connor. I know it looks suspicious, but I'm not responsible for the creatures and the killings in the castle. I was already imprisoned when all that began. At first, Lady Isolde came here with her men, demanding that I reverse what I'd done. I thought she meant my poisoning of the Jarl. That's the first I heard about the walking corpses. She thought I'd summoned a demon to torment her family and destroy Redcliffe. She had me tortured, There was nothing I could do or say that would appease her. So they left me to rot.
Why did you poison him?
I was instructed to by Terran Loghain. I was told that Arl Aemon was a threat to Ferelden, that if I dealt with him, Loghain would settle matters with the Circle. You see, I'm a Maleficar, a blood mage.
A blood mage? Well, that isn't good.
Ah, I thought you looked familiar. I had thought you dead, hunted down by the Templars.
I guess you might have been told that. I was in hiding when I was caught. But instead of killing me, Loghain made me an offer. But he's abandoned me here, hasn't he? Everything's fallen apart and I'm responsible. I have to make it right somehow. I have to.
So, Loghain hired you himself?
Yes. When the Templars caught me, they brought me to Denerim to await execution. Eventually, someone came to see me, alone. It was the Terran. I'd seen paintings of him, so I knew. I thought he'd have me executed right there. But he said I could make up for my crime. He said I would be helping the country.
And why is the Jarl a threat?
He only said that Arl Aemon was dangerous to the nation. Why wouldn't I believe Terran Loghain?
That's the problem. And that's the problem what we're facing here, Max. People who weren't at the Battle of Ostagar in the prologue have no reason to be suspicious of Terran Loghain. Only people who witness his betrayal firsthand, or have first-hand knowledge of that betrayal, are suspicious. People like Bantegan, who we talked to earlier. Because he was, if you remember, he was the guy in the cutscene who was questioning the Queen about the duplicity of Loghain. And why did the Alessan need a mage tutor?
Connor had started to show signs. Lady Isolde was terrified the Circle of Magi would take him away for training.
Connor? A mage? I can't believe it.
She sought an apostate, a mage outside the Circle, to teach her son in secret so he could learn to hide his talent. Her husband had no idea.
Perhaps her son is the one who's responsible.
I thought that too. Connor has little knowledge of magic, but he may have done something to tear open the veil. With the veil to the Fade torn, spirits and demons could infiltrate the castle. Powerful ones could kill and create those walking corpses.
And why is this old frightened of her son becoming a mage?
Because he would be taken away forever. A mage cannot inherit a title, even the son of a powerful Arl. She's also a pious woman. Her son having magic was humiliating.
Ah, that makes her even more French! She cannot inherit my position because he has magic. I do not want him to live like a peasant. Did he even have any knowledge of this?
No, she was adamant that he never find out. She said that he'd do the right thing, even if it meant losing their son, and that infuriated her.
Yes, as I said, she's even more French. How much magic did he teach the boy?
Some, but he's still very young. He can barely cast a minor spell, never mind something more powerful. At least not intentionally. Like I said, he may have torn the veil accidentally. If he's involved in this at all, I really don't know. I never meant for it to end like this. I swear. Let me help you fix this.
He wishes to redeem himself. Doesn't everyone deserve that chance?
Jowen has good intentions, but a blood mage... I find it difficult to trust his words.
I don't know. He is a blood mage. But this is an unusual situation.
Give me a chance, please.
How would you make things right?
I'd try to save anyone still up there. There must be something I can do.
Isn't it a little late for that after what you've done?
I don't think it will redeem me, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't try.
It's commendable if it's true.
I'm glad you think so. So what now?
What would you do? Your options are kill him just for the fact of being a blood mage, which, to be fair, in this case, it's actually justified. I won't tell you why, but if you play the mage background story, which I plan to do at some point soon, you'll see why. And he did poison the Jarl, which is a very, very big crime. We can let him go and try and redeem himself, but that could also cause more problems in the future. Or, which is what I normally do, I normally let him stay in the cell until such a time as either Tegan or the Jarl himself decides that he should be released and so that they can sentence him for what he's done. That's what I mean. That's also why I normally keep him here, because A, it's safer for him to keep him down here, and secondly, besides, I think that's kind of my thinking anyway, because he's already done enough at this point. Even if he isn't responsible for the demon, I think what he did kind of caused it to happen in the first place. By poisoning the Jarl, he caused it in the first place. So
and I will wait. If you change your mind, I will be here.
And like I said, the more political side of things is it's not our problem. That's for Al Eamon, or in this case, if we all can't decide, it's up to Ban Tegan to do what to do with him, not us. And in this entire castle thing at the moment, Ban Tegan's the only person to trust. Tell me I'm wrong. Onwards.
Of course.
Let's just break into the armory and get all the weapons we can. We might need it. Let's give you some fire arrows. make whatever bad dad jokes I want. This is just a shambles. I'm too soon. You must think of barking. Reaper break. I'm not going to enforce the dad jokes in this game yet.
I'll try to be merciful.
Anyway, Alice is leveled up. What should I give him? Let's give him some Templar stuff.
Trap right ahead.
It's a trap! He's dead now. Let's level you up so I can give you some better armor. There you go.
Hello.
Blacksmith's daughter.
Please, don't hurt me.
I'm not going to hurt you.
I'm sorry. I'm so frightened. These monsters are everywhere. My name's Valena. The Arlessa's maid. Is she all right? What happened to everyone?
Smith's daughter?
You know my father. I want to go back to the village. Is there a way out of here?
There's a tunnel leading out in the dungeon.
But the monsters!
I've killed most of them. It's fine.
I'll find my way. I can run fast and I know the castle. Thank you.
Anywho.
No. Now.
Are you surprised that I haven't made another dad joke yet? Good.
Of course.
Open this chest and walk through a door properly.
I finished.
Even though there's a thing over there, I opened the gate so the knights can come in. Just look at the knights just strutting up this and we're still fine. We've got a bit of swag and we're fine. So I've got the moves on checking. That wasn't a dad joke, it's just we've got the moves like Jagger. I know. That you mean buying a Breville sandwich maker?
You have opened the gates. That is good. My men and I are eager to see our Arl again. Shall we enter the main hall together? It must be held if we are to regain control of the castle.
Yeah, let's go together.
Excellent. Let us go now then, and see what awaits us there.
Maybe you can learn to voice act on the way. The fuck? I didn't know you had it in you.
So these are our visitors? The ones you told me about, Mother?
Yes, Connor.
And this is the one who defeated my soldiers? The ones I sent to reclaim my village?
Yes.
And now it's staring at me. What is it, Mother? I can't see it well enough.
This is a dwarf, Connor. You've seen dwarves before. We've had them here at the castle.
Had them? For dinner, maybe. Looks like a tough chew. Maybe in a nice stew. Shall I send it to the kitchen, Mother?
Connor, I beg you. Don't hurt anyone.
Mother? What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, thank the Maker. Connor.
Thank the toasty.
Connor, can you hear me?
Get away from me, fool woman! You are beginning to bore me.
Maker's breath. What has happened here?
Grey Warden, please don't hurt my son. He is not responsible for what he does.
Is he the evil? You've been protecting him this entire time.
Connor didn't mean to do this. It was that mage, the one who poisoned Demon. He started all this. He summoned this demon. Connor was just trying to help his father.
It was a fair deal. Father is alive, just as I wanted. Now it's my turn to sit on the throne and send out armies to conquer the world. Nobody tells me what to do anymore.
Nobody tells him what to do. Nobody!
Nobody expects the Spanish
Quiet,
Inquisition.
Uncle! I warned you what would happen if you kept shouting, didn't I? Yes, I did. But let's keep things civil. This woman will have the audience she seeks. Tell us, woman, what have you come here for?
I need to see the owl.
So you're a concerned well-wisher. Why didn't you say that in the first place? All this sneaking around and killing is so unnecessary. But Father is so very ill. We really shouldn't disturb him. Isn't that right, Mother?
I don't think...
Of course you don't! Ever since you sent the knights away, you do nothing but deprive me of my fun. Frankly, it's getting dull. I crave excitement and action. This woman spoiled my sport by saving that stupid village. And now she'll repay me.
All right, who ordered death?
And so I shall.
Let's make this quick!
Well, all right.
Tegan. Tegan, are you all right?
I am better now, I think. My mind is my own again.
Blessed Andraste. I would never have forgiven myself had you died. Not after I brought you here. The fool I am. Please. Connor's not responsible for this. There must be some way we can save him.
You knew about this all along, didn't you?
Yes. I didn't tell you because I believed we could help him. I still do.
I do not know if we can save him. Demons do not listen to reason.
He's not always the demon you saw. Connor is still inside him, and sometimes he breaks through. Please. I just want to protect him.
Isn't that what started this? You hired the mage to teach Connor in secret, to protect him.
If they discovered Connor had magic, then they'd take him away. I thought if he learned just enough to hide it, then...
What's our options?
I wouldn't normally suggest slaying a child, but he's an abomination. I'm not sure there's any choice.
We can't kill a young boy, demon or no demon. Please don't say we're considering that.
I do not like the idea of hurting the boy, but...
Connor is my nephew. But... he is also possessed by a demon. Death would be... merciful.
No? What about the mage? He could know something of this demon? If he still lives, we could speak to him.
He's down in the dungeon.
Then we should bring him here immediately. I do not know how much we can trust him. But we must find out what he knows. Tegan, could you find him?
I will try. Though if he resists, I will not hesitate to kill him. I'll return shortly.
You're lucky to be alive, Jown. After all you've done.
I didn't summon any demon, Lady Isolde. But I did poison the owl, and that started all this. I'm willing to help if you'll let me. The demon in Connor needs to be destroyed. Killing Connor is the easiest way to do that, certainly. But there is another way. A mage could confront the demon in the Fade without hurting Connor himself.
What do you mean? Is the demon not within Connor?
Not physically. The demon approached Connor in the Fade while he dreamt and controls him from there. We can use the connection between them to find the demon.
You can enter the Fade, then? And kill the demon without hurting my boy?
No, but I can enable another mage to do so. It normally requires lyrium and several mages. But I have... blood magic.
No. No, 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 no.
There's a way. I must know it. Please. Tell us what you mean, Jawan.
Lyrium provides the power for the ritual, but I can take that power from someone's life energy. This ritual requires a lot of it, however. All of it, in fact.
So, someone must die? Someone must be sacrificed?
Yes, and then we send another mage into the Fade. I can't enter because I'm doing the ritual. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not much of an option.
Is there no other method?
The power has to come from somewhere, and that means either lyrium or blood.
Then let it be my blood. I will be the sacrifice.
What? Isolde, are you mad? Eamon would never allow this.
Either someone kills my son to destroy that thing inside him, or I give my life so my son can live. To me, the answer is clear.
Blood magic. How can more evil be of any help here? Two wrongs don't make a right.
Can we even trust this Jawan to do as he promises? Give him access to such power, and who knows what he shall do? I am uneasy.
Connor is blameless in this. He should not have to pay the price.
It's up to you, my friend. You know more about such things than I do, and it's your companion going into the Fade. The decision is yours.
There must be another way to enter the Fade.
You can find lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
The circle is not far from here. They owe me one.
Indeed. It should not be difficult to get what is needed, provided we have the time.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
I'll take the chance.
Very well. I will keep Jawan here as a precaution. He says he wants to help, so he will keep an eye on Connor with us. Go to the tower quickly, then. The longer you are away, the greater the chances of disaster.
Right. It's 10 to 5 in your area, right, Max? What's in my head? The thing is, we're not quite done with Redcliffe yet. There's one last stage we can do before we're done with it. In fact, two, but the one stage we can do right now, it's fast, but I can't guarantee I can get it done in 10 minutes. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to cut it short here because I can't guarantee you how long it'll take me to finish this, and we're on a time limit here, so I think that's a good enough cliffhanger as any to end the game. So, next time, I will decide Connor's fate. Alright then, so we've got enough. So never mind then. We've got enough time to.
Sadly, not.
I was about to say, yeah, we've got enough time to finish Redcliffe then. So that's what I'm doing. I was gonna cut it. Yeah, so I was gonna end it here because I knew you were pressed for time, but now you've told me you've got a bit more time left. I've got enough time to finish Redcliffe in that case, so that's what I'm going to do. So, like I said, you've got three options there. but since we saved the mages earlier in the previous stream, the best option is available to us. Oh, this ambush.
Ah, a fellow traveller of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumoured to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Did you sell a few copies to Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords. Get them!
Couldn't we argue?
Okay, that's a good statue. I don't want to be a statue anymore. Daddy, I'm done playing the statue game.
I think we work well together.
Good sniper. Anywho, to the circle. I know for a fact we've not got enough time to do the DLC I plan to do today, but never mind. We can start off with that next time.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the circle is well on its way to recovery.
The circle of life. Can the circle go to Redcliffe to save a possessed child, please?
The child is possessed. But killing the demon would mean killing the... Unless you intend to enter the Fade. Yes, it can be done with a group of mages. I shall gather what mages I can, and we shall leave promptly. A life is at stake.
Before I leave, though, I should probably switch my party. If it will allow me to switch my party, I will, because the mage I intend to send in is not in my party at the moment.
I see them. Dark spawn. Trap right ahead.
I'm sick of these traps. I just want to save the possessed child. Come on.
Right ahead.
As soon as you stop saying trap right ahead, Leliana, we can move on.
As you like.
Have I disarmed enough traps? No. Now I have. Well, let me change my party, so... You know what? Sod it. Sod it, I'm going to go back to the party camp and then change my party out. So I can send the mage in that I want to send in.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
Sure, if you must, but we're on a ticking clock, Morrigan, here.
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
So this is for nothing?
No, not for nothing. There is much of interest here in her writings, and one thing in particular I find fascinating. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
The spell of immortality?
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds
My sword is clipping through my arse.
Yet I have never seen a one, and always
This
wondered
is not the penetration
why not.
I was looking for.
And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
So why would she be singing you with me?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
What do you intend to do about it?
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Maybe you should talk to her about it?
And what would that do? At best, I would receive pointless reassurances. At worst, Flemeth would imprison me once she became aware I know what I do. I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show no mercy when it came to her own survival. I must do the same.
Fair enough.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kokari Wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then, so I must remain at the camp. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
But first, you must do something for me. First, you must come with me and help save a possessed child. Because if you've not already guessed it, yes, it's Morrigan I intend to send into the Fade.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes.
Send the dog into the Fade, if only that were true. If only that was possible. The dog of destiny. Got heal, that's good. Yeah, you've got the one spell I need you to have. So I guess I can... give you affliction hacks. Let's also make sure I've got you in the best gear. Yeah. In terms of you want raw damage and also good survivability in the Fade, if you're not a mage, honestly, I don't know if ours would agree with me here, but Morrigan is your best choice to send in if you're not already a mage. Because while Wynn's amazing at healing, she can do jack shit in terms of damage, and the other two people you can send who are not party members don't have the ability to heal themselves. So yeah, if you give Morrigan a heal spell or any semblance of healing, she's your best shot.
Ah, there you are. We have brought lyrium and begun preparations for the ritual. We can start any time.
So only one person can go through?
Yes. We haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the Fade.
Do you have any last minute advice?
It truly depends on the manner of demon. It sounds like a spirit of greed and desire, one of the more powerful in the hierarchy. It will likely engage you in dialogue and tempt you with an offer. Avoid it. Making deals with demons never turns out well.
Yeah. Talk is the best companion. Let's do this now.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Very well. Who will go into the Fade?
Morrigan.
Then let us begin forthwith.
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you! I'm coming!
Anyway, let me set up Morrigan's bar. I'll put heal there. I'll put lightning on this bar. I don't think transformation's going to do me much good, so Drain Life could go here. Affliction Hex there. Mind Blast will be very helpful, yeah, so I'll keep that one. Yeah, Morrigan's got a shitload of spells.
Father!
That's why I'm bringing her.
Where are you?
The reason why I've given her the heal spell, even though she's already got Drain Life, is I want to make sure she has at least one way.
I don't understand.
She's always got at least one way to heal herself if her spells are on cooldown.
Please, Father. I only want to help you.
You there? Have you seen my son? I can hear him, but I cannot find him. This blasted fog has me turning in circles.
This is the Fade. Your kind cannot navigate it any more than you could navigate a dream.
I don't understand. Where is my Connor?
I will find him for you, since I foolishly gave my word that I would. Leave me to it.
No. No, you're trying to lead me astray. I do not believe you. Connor! Connor, where are you? Is anyone out there?
God damn it. Morrigan's hilarious. She's pissed off.
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now.
You know what, Sonny? I'm pretty sure I've got enough clout to say this, and I've talked to Tyron about this before, off screen, in private chats. Yeah, I do plan to give it Death Cloud later on, but I didn't really have enough clout to give it that. And I mean, I could have given a Death Cloud, but I wanted to make sure I've got her some I've got some ways to weaken the demon as well, which is why I went Affliction Hexer instead of Death Cloud now, because the more debuffs I can dish to the demon to make it easier for me to kill it, the better.
I do not have time for fool children. Now tell me where this demon is.
Fool? You won't get near. I won't let you.
I wouldn't normally think that, but I'm playing as Morrigan. What would Morrigan do? Morrigan would say that. I didn't need to drain life there, but I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to do it because it's fun.
You're the one making Father sick. I'll help him. You can't stop me. Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
Enough of these games. Give me what I want.
Trespasser! I will drive you out!
Very well.
Get out of here! You have to get out!
All right, Arnold.
Why can I see nothing? Connor? Is that you?
Get out!
Father wanders, seeking
Yeah, I do a good Arnold.
trapped within my web.
I do a good Arnold
All is
impersonation,
as
so
it
to
should
speak.
be. One is to interfere.
Why do you speak through illusions? Come, let us converse.
No. It is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
I will savor your efforts.
I shall do it.
I will save you!
Another battle, I see. Nation.
Now that is how you use Drain Life. This is the part I'm worried about.
Very well.
Because if you use the wrong mage, it's going to be really stupid hard.
Now we meet face to face. You see my true form and stand in my domain. It is here I am most powerful. And yet I have no wish to engage your power, nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead?
I will not become an abomination no matter what you try.
One soul I already possess. I do not need another. You need not fear me on that account. I wish only to talk.
Do you take me for a fool? I know better than to bargain with your kind.
Alas, that is sad. Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness, creature.
So be it. I see. I shall do it. So be it.
I said Morrigan, that was extremely quick. I'll never get around those trousers. I'm not dead! I got better! Who doesn't make a Monty Python joke in this horrible scene? It's a way to lighten the mood.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he can be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
Why do you need my opinion?
You spoke with him, have you not? You know what he has done better than I do, even.
What do you think What do you think? Should we let them deal with it? Or one of these two? Yeah, basically, this is the fate of the Blood Mage. Do we let Tegan deal with it? Or should we deal with him now? The only problem with that is, I know this happened, so this is not really a spoiler really. Jowan would actually not be sentenced until the late game, until Vial has woken up Vial's recovered from his poison. And that won't happen for a while yet, so by the time Vial wakes up, a lot of this would have passed and time would have passed. In that case, and it might muddy the waters. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough, so in that case, I'll let Tegan handle this for now.
Very well. I shall have the mage imprisoned again for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
Yep.
It has been tried, and we will continue trying. Perhaps the demon's absence will make a difference. However, the relic is another option.
My husband funded the research of a scholar in Denerim, a brother Genetivi. He has been studying the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock. When Aemon fell ill, I sent the knights to speak to Genetivi. I hoped that he had finally discovered the location of the urn of sacred ashes itself. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of the brother, or some clue of the urn's location.
I'll see if I can find it.
No one else can. Even if I wished to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Yeah, I can appreciate the cheese sandwiches every now and again. Oh, I got a free level up by reading some books. Here's the little boy.
You're the one who saved me.
Yep. Actually, that was Morrigan, the scary lady over there.
Then, I guess I owe her thanks. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I hope Father gets better soon. He will, won't he?
He will, sport. I don't think he will. No, I mean, yes, of course. Actually, I think he's doomed. No, he's gonna be having rabbit stew in no time.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't have my I don't have my I don't have my I don't have my maid. Yeah. We'll leave that here, I guess, now. Don't mind me, I'm just checking the supplies. Hey. In fact, since we're here, no reading, that's for later. Alistair.
Is that for me? Really? Wow! Wow! This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
Found it in the study.
Oh, the Arl's study? Then he must have...
The room we're actually standing
found
in?
the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you.
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Of course I remembered. You're a good friend of mine.
I don't know what to say. You're special to me too. Thank you again.
Anyway, let's go back to the party camp. Not a lot more we can do here, because I think this is where I'm going to end the session. I'll sort out my infantry off screen, because that's boring. In fact, before I leave, I should probably go to Redcliffe Village. Make sure the girl got back alright.
Sire, I have more news.
I have a rod up my arse.
Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Not really. You left the puppy to die. Anyway, I'm just gonna... The only reason I came back to Redcliffe is because I want to double check and make sure the girl got back to her father safely. I'm sure you understand, right? And I think you'd want me to do the same thing. It's not necessary, but I want to do it.
My Valena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well.
Thank you.
Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
Thank you, my lady. I'd never have been able to return to my father if it wasn't for you.
Da na 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 na. Da na 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 na. Anyway, with that, I'm going to head back to the party camp. And this is where I'm going to end the stream for today. I will be streaming next week, and I'm pretty sure it'll just be DLC for next week. I haven't really decided. The following Saturday, however, I won't be available, so we'll have to figure another time for that. Anyway, to the party camp.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
Okay. You were there, you saw what happened.
Yes, I know. I've had some time to think about it now. I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Arl's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Arl that much.
If we can save the bite, if we can stop the bite, we'll save much more.
You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
No, it's Saturday. Saturday is the ritual disembowelment day. Anyway, on that cheery note, this is where I'm gonna end. This is where I'm gonna end. So, thank you for watching. Go on. No, go on. I know he does, but I didn't feel like doing it today, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Next week we should be doing Return to Ostagar and Stone Prisoner. I'm not decided fully yet. Anyway, I'll see you then. But until next time, I am Cord. I have spoken, and I should go. Bye bye.